What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, guys. We have the 2023 Ross Chastain Advent Health Chevrolet Camaro. What's fascinating is the box actually says 2022 on the little foil tag, but no, it is a 2023 paint scheme. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is look for the NASCAR 75th anniversary decal right there underneath the Cup Series logo, and naturally, you know it's a 2023 model. Without further ado, let's go ahead and open up the box. And here we go, outside of the good old diecast box, and check out this paint scheme. You know, honestly, this is kind of one of the more underrated paint schemes for Ross Chastain, the 2023 edition of the Advent Health car. Really like the 2022 edition. That was one of the first renders we ever saw for the next-gen Camaro. And I remember all the hype from 2022, getting excited, seeing all the new next-gen cars and how the paint schemes would turn out. I mean, it was really like 2013, like the paint schemes for the 2012 car having to, you know, the adaptation to the 2023 Gen 6 model. It kind of felt just like that. You know, I wonder what Tony Stewart's car is going to look like. I wonder what Jimmy Johnson's car is going to look like, X, Y, and Z. So when I see the Advent Health logo, that's what it reminds me of, seeing his 2022 paint scheme and getting really excited about it. And this is the new variant of it. Well, let's say new at the time when this was released. This is a early release of it, and there's two very easy telltales for this. One, there's no gold Chevrolet badging there. This is back when they still did the white printed Chevrolet badge. And there's no window print on the rear window. So that is two very telltale signs this is a earlier production of 2023. So we got Advent Health right there on the hood. Decal looks a little bit off for some reason. Got Chastain there in the front of the diecast. And it's crazy to think in 2025, they're still running this exact style, you know, front end of the car, right? The shell for the Chevy Camp. But it's no longer going to be the Camaro. It's just going to be called the Chevrolet, apparently. I mean, it's still going to be a Camaro. It's going to look like a Camaro, but apparently it's just a Chevrolet. I don't know. We got the number one right there, Sudoku. We have this very sharp gradient, just wild-looking pattern. Reminds me a lot of his 2020 Daytona 500 car that he drove for Spire Motorsports, which was the number 77. Had just a crazy-looking paint scheme to it. Heavily inspired from that, in my opinion. Got Trackhouse Racing there. Go to the left side of the diecast, and naturally, with all the Trackhouse Racing paint schemes like RFK, they both have the chrome numbers, which this one has that metallic green. It looks fantastic. Advent Health on the side of the car. I like this. Just a really good placement of the logo. Use the whole side panel. Don't do what William Byron and the Hendrick Motorsports camp did in 2023. And yeah, not even use the quarter panel barely. What are they doing? Like, come on, guys. Like, come on, man. It's crazy to me when I see some of these sponsors and their logo placements. Like Harrison Burton 2023, like, there's a lot of room on that door panel that is not used. I just don't get it. Why, like, they pay a fortune to sponsor the race cars, and then they make a paint scheme that doesn't cover it all. I don't get it. It's got Ross Chastain there, Simeons, BMoose.org, Chevrolet, Moose, Trackhouse Racing on the B Post, Jockey, Worldwide Express, Kubota. This is a subtle touch. If you're a Ross Chastain fan, you'll easily recognize this, but there's a little bit of a reference to a watermelon there. He's very, you know, it's very popular with him as a watermelon farmer before his racing days. So that's a cool little tribute there. Goodyear, Cup Series, NASCAR 75th anniversary. Go to the back end of the diecast. This is a really nice touch. A white spoiler. Usually most of the next-gen cars have the black spoiler. We've seen some day glow ones like with the Menards paint schemes. But the colored spoilers look really, really cool on the next-gen car. Got Quaker State Advent Health number 1 Camaro. You're on the right side of the diecast. And oh yeah, on the back of the car, he's supposed to just say Chevrolet in 2025, apparently. Which, that's going to be so weird when they're doing a driver interview in 2025. And if they can't say Camaro, because they're technically not driving a Camaro, and they slip up and say it. I wonder what they're going to do. It's going to be crazy, man. So the right side door number looks kind of messed up, or I say door number. It's technically the front fender almost door number. But yeah, it looks a little bit misprinted there, because this one looks right. And this one looks kind of wonky jaw. Got Advent Health there, Jockey, all that good stuff. Got a pretty bad paint chip there, unfortunately. You could fix that. Go to the top of the car, get the number 1. Naturally, no metallic foil number there. Advent Health, Chastain, and Advent Health once again. Trackhouse Racing paint schemes are just absolutely fantastic every single year. Doesn't matter if it's Daniel Suarez, the 91 car they run, and then of course the 1 car that they run. I feel like 9 times out of 10, their paint schemes are not only good, they're great. And I can't say that for a lot of teams. Like RFK, their paint schemes are really freaking good. Joe Gibbs Racing, it's really freaking good or it's really freaking bad. Like their Interstate Batteries cars are fantastic. And then I see some of their Ream paint schemes for Christopher Bell, and I'm like, what are they doing? There's so much that they could improve. So Trackhouse Racing, almost every time we get one of their diecasts in the studio, and we've done, oh my goodness, a couple dozen of their diecasts, you know, the Suarez paint schemes, the Chastains, X, Y, and Z, they almost always have great paint schemes. I truly cannot think of a bad diecast that has been made from Trackhouse. I'll be honest, even their throwbacks, everything, it's just a great job by their paint scheme department. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and here's another look at the foil tag. It does say 2022, but it is not the 2022. It is the 2023 edition. And for future references, for, you know, when these diecasts are, you know how it is. As the cars get older, people take them out of the boxes get lost, and they're all loose. If you don't look at the bottom of the car, let's just say you can't, and you're wondering if a paint scheme is a 2023 model or not, all you have to look for is this little tag right here underneath the Cup Series logo. That 75th decal is exclusive to 2023 models only. So if it doesn't have that, it's either a 2024, 2025, or a 2022. And if you know the diecast molds, you know that Ford and Toyota both got new molds in 2024. So in the future, years and years from now, when we look back at all the loose next-gen cars, those are going to be some telltale signs how to quickly identify what year a diecast was made without having to look underneath the carriage, which I'm glad they did a pretty obvious printing for it. So that way you could quickly identify it. You know, like some of the Gen 4 cars, oh my goodness, like it's in the corner, right, on the bottom plastic. And you got to tilt it, and then you got to take a flashlight and like shine it a certain way just to see if it's like a 2004 or a 2005, because the printing is so small that you have to use the shadows of the light sometimes to be able to tell what year it was made. The chassis parts and stuff. It's crazy. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Pick up your copy today at Circle B if it's still in stock. Diecastbuffet. Signing off.